Hello guys, welcome back to Car Focused. Today we are back at FJRS. It's been a while, been quite a while. Can't even remember the last time I was here. I think it was the Focus ST that I reviewed. But anyway, back with the RS. It's nice and clean. I give it a good polish, good detail for Ford Fest. That didn't happen, got rained off. So anyway, it's looking good outside FJRS, but typically it's raining. But today is an exciting day because after 5 years in the making, we are finally taking this Focus RS to MR375. Now you all know, since I bought this car, that was kind of like the overall goal. Gradually over the last few years, we've been building it up with the hardware required, the intercooler, the turbo back exhaust, inlet plenum, turbo recirc valve, intake, all the other bits required. Most of it is Mountune, a couple of bits isn't. The intercooler, which is Wagner, which you've already seen. And yeah, there was a couple of bits that were the missing pieces to the puzzle, those being the handset, which we've got in there, and the fuel pump. Now, as you all know, Mountune no longer supply the fuel pump, so we had to go to Collins Performance. We got their uprated fuel pump, did it on an exchange basis. Big thanks to John Bevan, who's a fellow Mk2 owner, who lent me his fuel pump in order to carry out the exchange. So yeah, we've got the 6-bar high flow fuel pump inside there, and they're ready to go on the car. I'm going to put them on very shortly, and then I shall take you for a drive and just see if it lives up to the hype that I've been waiting for the last 5 years. Now, I have driven 2 MR375 cars on the channel, love them both. I'm not expecting massive amounts of more power, but I'm just hoping it smooths out the driving experience a bit, because the map on this car is pretty pokey. It's just a little bit on and off, and it does like to kind of shoot off under low throttle application. So I'm hoping it'll be a nice smoother power delivery and a bit more grunt at the top end. But anyway, we'll quickly flip the camera around, take a quick look in the workshop. I'll show you the bits that are going to be fitted, and then we'll crack on with a fitment followed by the drive. So here's the car. Like I say, nice and clean. It's beading nicely from the polish. Had a full auto glim super resin detail, which is what I've used for 20 odd years. Yeah, every little nook and cranny. It was dry here on the way this morning, but it's wet now, but hopefully it dries up later. But it's just been MOT'd as well, just been MOT'd, forgot to mention that, and it's passed with a clean sheet once again for another year. So yeah, here's the workshop, busy as always. These guys are pretty stacked out at the moment. Johnny's off sick today, unfortunately. Get well soon, Johnny, so it's just Fred on his own, manning the workstation. There's another Mark II here. This is a nice bloke called Jeff, who's sat in the waiting room. Just been having a nice chat with him. Wants me to get his car on film, so here it is. It's a low mileage example, 26,000 miles, I think. Doesn't use it all that much, but he's had it for the last 15 years or so. So yeah, nice looked after car. It's got the AP brakes, 2 grand's worth on there. MP350 as well. But yeah, it's always nice to see another white Mark II. Anyway, let's have a quick look over here, because this is what is going on the car today. So here we go, we've got the fuel pump from Collins Performance. I think these are just standard pumps which they modify to run the higher pressure. But yeah, that's in there waiting to go. And then we've got the handset, which is in here. We've got the case, and then the little booklet which Fred's going to fill out and document, etc. And then the most important things, the badges. So we've got the little M badge there and the Mountune badge there. But I've already got a Mountune Performance badge, which is the original ones on the car, so it's probably just going to be the M badge going on. But yeah, that is it. All good to go on. Very exciting. So the next few clips you're going to see is all this stuff coming into fruition. Right guys, we've got the car up in the air behind us. Fred's making a start. I'm going to quickly flip the camera around just to explain what we're going to do, the process, and then yeah, we're going to get it serviced, and that'll be the end of it, and then we can get out and see exactly what it's like to drive. But yeah, I'll flip the camera around, we'll quickly talk you through the process of fitting the remaining bits, and then yeah, we'll take it out on the road. So Fred, the man.
Yeah, so just finishing off your 375, Gary. So where I've got it to is, we'll drop the exhaust down, that can hang there.
Yep.
Take that heat shield down, drop the tank down. The fuel pump sits up in there, in that aperture where my finger is.
Yep.
Got just a nice amount of fuel in this.
Yeah, I overfueled it, silly me.
This is your pump that we've just took out. So that's that one.
Lovely.
Obviously you've got a couple of lines to disconnect and the actual power feeds itself.
Yeah.
So relatively straightforward, to be fair. That can all sit there. Your new pump is over here, ready to go in. That's a special tool. That basically screws down on the tank and holds your pump in.
Yep.
And that's a tool that sits on the top, and then we loosen it off. It's obviously brass to stop any sparking.
Lovely. And then the changes, we were just talking about the changes of this pump.
So obviously the Collins pump is the one that we've used a few times, and it seems to be the reliable replacement for the Bosch Mountune one, which you can't get now unless you get a second-hand one, which is astronomical money. So yeah, the replacement pump is put in there. So basically it's a modified standard unit.
Okay, and this is pretty much, if you want to get this MR375 done now, this is pretty much what you've got to do, isn't it?
Exactly.
Is go down this road with the fuel pump. Yeah. But yeah, okay, so once that's done, Fred, it's just a case of loading the map, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah, so I'll get that pump back in, we'll put it all back together, we'll put the map on, which we can go through with the Mtune handset. Yep. I'll put it back up in the air just to make sure we haven't got any leaks or anything, which I'm sure will be fine. Yep. And then that's the 375. You're there, Gary. And lastly, how many of these do you reckon you've done over the years? What, 375s? Yeah, 375s, yeah. Yeah, a lot. Me and Johnny used to do a lot back in the day. A lot of 350s, which was the Ford approved upgrade back in the day. So yeah, we fit a lot of these pumps. Yep. But true 375s, I'd hate to put a number on it. There's a lot out there, I think, but obviously that number's always coming down. And you've done pretty much all of them? We've done a lot of them back in the Mountune days, yeah, hell of a lot. Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm looking forward to getting this done. It's only been 5 years. I've been waiting for it, so we're nearly there. But yeah, hopefully it'll be worth it. But yes, guys, we'll catch up with you very shortly. Right, so the car is now down on the ground pretty much. Fuel pump has been installed by Fred. Now Fred's just plugging the handset in and we're about to work the magic with the map. Yeah, so we've got the Mtune handset plugged in, Gary. We've also got the battery hooked up just because we don't want to see a voltage drop at this stage. Okay. Plug it into the OBD port. Self-explanatory, what's on the screen, install. 307 Focus RS, which is what it is. Yeah, lovely. This is it. MR375. That's what we've been waiting for. 5 years in the waiting. Yep, so we've got battery charger hooked up. Yep. Can you do anything else with this handset? Can you monitor temps and stuff? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we can go through that once it's all flashed. Yep. Ignore the warning lights that come up on the dash. They will all disappear right at the end. Okay, so it's just literally a case of waiting for that to get to 100%. Yep. And then we can crack on. Exactly that. That's it. Right, so she's done. It's all loaded up. Yep, calibration. So if we're going to there, Gary, show current map. There is your 375 all flashed across to the car. Lovely. So before, I obviously had the Superchips map on. Is that now gone forever? Yeah, so that's overwritten, basically. Yep. Okay. Yep. A few other functions on this. If you go up, troubleshooting, so it's a fault code reader. So if you ever get any engine management lights on the dash, you can go in and read and clear them. Yeah, that's handy. Performance, so it's got 0 to 60 in it. Oh, cool. And standing quarter mile, so pick what one you want. Yep. Obviously, as you go and pull away, it sees the road wheel movement, starts timing, and then flashes up the time for whichever one you've selected. Nice little feature, that. Yeah, it can be a bit addictive, that. And gauges, so you can select to monitor 1 to 6 gauges. So if you wanted to monitor 3, go into there. And then if you press down, you see where the windows highlight. Yep. So if we wanted to change that one, change monitor, and then you can change that one to say boost pressure. Nice. When you come out, there's your boost pressure. So it's probably a good idea to get a little cradle or something for it, isn't it? Yeah, which it does come with, and you can mount it on the dash. The only thing is the cable, which needs tucking away nicely. Yeah, yeah. Lovely. So I guess now it's literally just get the service complete and then road test time. Yeah, well, thanks to Fred for sorting that out. Very eager now to see what it's going to drive like, but yeah, I can't believe it's done, to be honest. So yeah, we'll just get the service finished and then we'll catch up probably behind the wheel. Right guys, we're in the car, in the workshop. This is me taking the car out on a road test. It's not been out of the unit yet, so fire it up. Whoa, so this is the first drive
of MR375. Yeah, she's a bit cold, so oh god, get the seat right. We'll take it down the road just to get it warmed up. Really intrigued. So the last time I drove this was obviously on the way here in its super chips state. So we shall see what she's like now. That's going to be quite hard to tell at the minute. And I am in a residential area as well, which isn't ideal, but does feel a bit less lurchy, because my previous map was like that. On light throttle, it really wanted to run away with itself. This just feels smoother, definitely smoother, which was something I wanted to address. So that's a positive start. Yeah, before you'd like, I don't know, you'd press the throttle a tad and it would pick up boost really quickly. Yeah, it feels, I know it's going to feel like the blue one. Obviously it's going to feel like the blue one I reviewed, Paul's MR375. Where once the revs start creeping up, you really do notice the power. I think that's the situation we're going to have here. Right, first opportunity for a little pull, I think, coming up. Whoa! It's defo quicker. It's definitely quicker. Jesus. Just wanted to rip itself across the road then. Got some traffic lights now, so we can get into third. Whoa! Whoa! That's amazing, man! That is definitely quicker. It feels like the car, like the front end is just coming right up, and you can feel it. It's struggling more for traction a little bit now, because obviously we've got a bit more power, but that is more noticeable than what I was expecting. I'm not going to lie, I thought it was going to just be marginal, but that is wicked. That's what this car's needed. Whoa! Oh man, I'm happy with that. That is quality. It's just what I've always said about this car is it's missing the power at the top, and now I've got it. It just feels, after like 4,000 up towards the top, it just feels so much stronger. Yeah, before it was quick initially, like I said, but it's just so much better. Whoa! I feel sorry for the tyres though. They're going to take a pounding. So yeah, basically now I've got smoother power delivery lower down, and I've got more power up top. I'm just going to go around and do that again because, yeah, I mean the ultimate test will be on a back road to have a bit of fun, but I'm loving it. Loving it. Whoa, it's so strong. Yes, guys, worth it. I'd say definitely worth it. I'm happy as a pig in poo now. I've got my M badge on the back as well. This is it. This has been the Mk2 RS dream for many years, and I've finally got the car, that's a noisy motorbike, to where I want it. Happy chappy, happy chappy. Still get the pops as well. It's much smoother now. It's much smoother off the accelerator. I've lost that harsh jerk, which was something that really used to bug me. Used to feel like it was just going to kill the engine mounts. God, how could that? It's the slowest, noisiest motorbike I've ever heard. Right, one more third gear pull, and then we're going to head back hand some cash over and say goodbye to Fred. It's fast. Guys, I love it. I love it. Yeah, that's it from me. Happy chappy. Box ticked, MR375. I now own a Mk2 Focus RS Mountune MR375. Anyway, that is enough from me. Don't know what I'm going to film next, but there will be another video at some point soon. And until such time, as always, take care, and I shall see you soon.